Greetings students and welcome back to Blackbelt Arcade. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be doing the most accurate Monster Hunter weapon tier list on YouTube. I've been playing Monster Hunter games for over 15 years and have used all of these weapons at least once. So we're going to go ahead and be ranking them in accordance to just how good and cool they are. So let's just get it. Like I said, this is the most accurate one you guys are going to find. And real quick, if you guys do like this video, please consider subscribing. It'd really help out, and that way you're notified whenever a new video. So starting things off, we're rocking the hammer. Now the hammer is the bonk weapon. Everybody loves bonking monsters in the face to the point where they can get knocked out instantaneously. And then when they're knocked out and on the ground, you get to bonk them again in the face. And it's such a fun playstyle, guys, honestly. And that is why hammer's going in very good tier. Like, it's gotta be in there. Next up, we got the switch axe, aka Fatalis' worst nightmare. If you do a Fatalis hunt and you got 4 people who are all running the switch axe and just grappling on his face constantly, I honestly feel bad for that Fatalis, and I wish that he would just take you guys out because you guys are committing a crime in that case. And if we're talking about the Rise version of a switch axe, which has the absolutely beautiful counter move, switch axe is also going in very good tier. Next up, we got that sword and shield. Now, sword and shield is an OG. This thing's been around since before cheese, okay? The classic, tried and true combo of the sword and shield, okay? Sword and shield can take down an Art-Tempered Volcana just as easily as Margat the Fell Omen. Can't beat sword and shield, man, I'm telling you. It's a tried and true combo. And for that, it's going in the just use this please tier. Next up, we have Gun Lance. My friend loves Gun Lance. I do not. And for that reason, put in mid. And then we reach Lance. That's okay. Then we reach the bow, a favorite among speedrunners everywhere, capable of dishing out insane amounts of damage very quickly, but also incredibly skill heavy. So I will put bow in the very good tier because I really enjoy bow as well. Next up, we got heavy bow gun, aka the sentry turret weapon, favored among the people who cannot move their feet at all. They can just put on a shield on their gun and stand perfectly stationary, blocking every single attack. Also a favorite among cheaters in Monster Hunter World as well for its infinite deliver and snipe capabilities. And for that reason, it's going in the just use this please tier. Next up, we got light bow gun. Light bow gun is basically the exact same as heavy bow gun, except instead of not being able to move your feet, you can't stop moving your feet, but still capable of doing some very good damage. And for that reason, I'm gonna put it in the very good tier. Next up, we have greatsword. Incredibly good. Honestly, we'll put it in very good. Next up, we reach the longsword. The anime watcher's favorite weapon. Longsword is one of my top 3 favorite weapons in the history of the game, and incredibly overpowered if you can master it. And it should come as no surprise that Longsword is going in the just use this please tier. Of course it is. Next up, we get the Insect Glaive. Insect Glaive is my absolute favorite weapon. I've always loved it. I've always loved the moveset. Awesome weapon. It's the weapon where you get to launch a beetle at the face of a monster and knock it on the ground. It's gotta go in the just use this please tier. Next up, we got Charge Blade, the weapon that every beginner hates with a passion, but also the weapon that every beginner wants to start with for some reason. This thing's got instruction manuals as big as Jupiter. I'm telling you, there's nothing more satisfying than hitting a super amped element discharge right on the monster. It got all those damage numbers, possible KOs. Nothing more satisfying, boys, I'm telling you. It's something that only the Charge Blade can bring to your life. And for that reason, it's on in the just use this please tier. Next up, we got the Dual Blade. Dual Blades are a favorite among the Attack on Titan fans. They love cosplaying as Levi any chance they get and slashing away at the monster with every single fiber in their being. In my opinion, guys, they're okay. I'll put them in mid. And finally, we reach a hunting horn. Hunting horn is the weapon where your teammates need to carry you. And for that reason,
I'm out.